Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy. Now, let me just say this. Now, I've been minding my own business for the last couple of days, right? No piping hot tea. I just been sitting on. I was like, okay, because when I first reported on Diddy home being seized, I said, wait a minute, hold up one day. I need this day to recoup. It's a lot going on. My child is sick. She had strep throat. Then I am a PTO mom, like I have said many, many times. Shout out to me for being parent of the year. I couldn't be that if I wasn't putting in the work. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to scale back on the videos, right? I did get the chance to report on the bridge. Shout out to them. Again, positive energy being sent to those victims of the bridge falling down. It literally, dog, I didn't even think about, those songs on the bridge. The stuff that comes to my head. But anyway, we're going to come on in. We still going to have positive energy over here. But it's some serious news to be reported. Now, let me just say this. I have started my own. I started it, my own hashtag. And my hashtag is Raid Dan Schneider's home. Or no, it's called Raid Dan Schneider's mansion. Now, I put that hashtag out not because I support Diddy. You can have two things going on. Now, I'm not like these other people that's out here saying, well, if you're going to raid Diddy's home, you got to raid Dan Schneider's home and leave Diddy alone. No, ma'am. I am saying I want them to handle both of them. Okay? I'm not letting Diddy, I'm like Mother Wendy. I'm not taking my foot off that nigga's neck. Okay? Do you hear what I'm saying? Anything that I have to report on P Shitty, I am going to report it. Okay? Now, a lot of people are saying, well, Diddy's innocent. They just trying to take down the black man. We're going to do this. We're going to do this with Shitty. Now, Cosby, I could understand somewhere because people are getting the character on the show confused. Michael Jackson, I can understand because, he wasn't convicted in a court of law. Right? R. Kelly, Diddy, really? Anybody for me that's messing with the teenagers. And I didn't say just girl. Did you pick that? I said teenagers. Yeah, that's what we say around here in SIP. We say 10 instead of 10. Baby, but I tell you, we can say some things and make up some things around here in the SIP. The SIP is SIP. Teenagers. Boy, when I hear people say teenagers, that tickles me. But anyway, like I was saying, I cannot stand Diddy. And it's been this way for a long time. Long time ago before Cassie. If you go back and look at my deep dive into this mother sucker, I did 2 deep dives. And when I first started opening my channel and doing my pipe and hot tea, and I did a deep dive before Cassie came out. If you look back at the dates on my deep dive on P Shitty, I've always been following news on him because my main focus was his artist at that time. I mean, I knew some things. I had been hearing some things, rumbling some things. I brought up that in my very first pipe and hot tea that I did about Tupac's Erda. Put an M in front of it. I was like, When old boy said that it was an Erda for hire, it wasn't a situation where I didn't always suspect that Diddy also had something to do with Pac's demise. Always. If you are a Tupac fan and you were a fan of Tupac and Biggie in the 90s, then you know about the East Coast, West Coast beef. And then back then, because P. Shitty is such a spin doctor, right? He knows how to maneuver his way around the newsroom, right? He got all of that off of him. Let's name the three major things that happened during my time that made me suspicious of him, okay? We're going to talk about Pac, right? Pac comes up, shy, and met his demise, right? So at that time in the 90s, of course, we were all suspicious about that, right? We didn't think so much Diddy because, like I said, he could run that mouth in the press, baby. He knows what to say. Oh, what? Oh, my God. I am so sorry that this happened to Pac. Shout out to his family. We are praying for them. Every step you take. He knows how to maneuver his, and then you start questioning yourself because this Negro is a Scorpio, okay? And Scorpios, if we don't know how to do anything else, we know how to talk, right? And we know how to kind of ease our way out of things, right? I say we because I am indeed a Scorpio, honey, and we are talking now, right? So like P. Shitty, he knows how to do that, right? Then we come up with the thing about his artists, and I'm like, come on now. As much as I love Craig Mack, as much as I love Black Rob, Shine, all of them, I'm like, what in the world? This is after Biggie and after Pop. What is going on? How come we don't see these people anymore? Right? I had no idea of the connection that he had with Heavy. None. Because when I tell you I love me some dilly 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 dee. None. Heavy D in the role of a big brother for this dude. And he is extremely jealous. Now, if you know anything about Scorpios, that's why when people say jealousy is not a human emotion. Jealousy causes you to hurt people or harm people. Not if you know how to deal with it. It is definitely indeed a normal human emotion. But just like with anything else, you have to know when to, take it up there and when to take it down. It is not one person. When I hear people say, I've never been jealous. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I can't be jealous of my friend. Lies. Okay? Lies. But with Scorpios, our jealousy is heightened when we feel like we are better at something than someone. And being that Diddy had a lot of power, a lot of control, he didn't want things to, be, above him in any way. I think that also in being powerful, and remember, I've told you, I've always said he was a succubus. Sorry, succubus of women, incubus. I've always said that. I've always said he was a soul sucker. I've always said that it wasn't so much of him just like murdering people or allegedly. Everything I say is alleged in my opinion, and alleged in my opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video. Everything that I've ever said about him, in my opinion, was about power. It's about control. It's about exerting that power over people. And how do you gain power over people? You soul suck them. And you have to soul. And the way to soul suck, no matter what people say, okay? The way to soul suck people is to siphon their energy. And the way you siphon energy normally is to have sex with them. Okay? See, You know, we grown, okay? We talk. But you know the algorithm, okay? The best word assignment energy is to have X, put an S in front of them with people. That's it. And I didn't say women. I said people. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about, and sometimes, little critters. Okay? That's neither here nor there. But you know what I'm saying. So, then we're going to talk about Porsha. Porsha and Simon Gubati. Whoever thought that I would be reporting on Porsha and P. Shitty in the same type of conversation. But here we are, right? All of this has been going on with Future Juice and her old man. Future Juice man is saying she's cheating and she's saying he's cheating. Future Juice got locked out of her own house. And we're going to talk about it, okay? So, because of Porsha's issue being more so not of a legal matter, but in a way it is, we're going to talk about her first. And I never like to make a lesser star or a bigger star or whatever, but we're going to talk about the star that has the most notoriety and has the most financial and has the most to lose. Ugh. Even though Porsha has a lot to lose. But we're going to talk about P. Shit first. I'm sorry, Future Juice first. Okay, so Sister is reporting. Now we already talked about Simon locking her out because he don't mind locking them out. He locks them out. Okay? We already talked about that. Well, we're going to talk about how he's saying now that because of Porsha's, Lauren has stepped into the chat. Lauren said she gonna tell what she knows. Lauren. Future Juice sister. Now, Future Juice sister, let me tell you something. Now, you knew what kind of man Simon was when you was rocking those diamonds and all up in Porsha's butt. Encouraging this mess in the first place. Yeah, you was right there. So let me just say, for me, in my opinion, and allegedly, I don't feel sorry for any of these people. Not name one of them. Not name. You don't know name? That's for you all that knows that we say now too. And because we South, even though Miami don't like to claim the South. They like to think they some kind of other island on another planet for some reason. But Miami is indeed in the South. And no now, that's a Southern word. And I think Trina knew she was from the South when she made the song. But that's neither here nor there. People. And I always say, when people say, that little saying that you have, of course I'm from the South. And then you name the states in the South, and then you leave out Texas and Florida. Why? I always say, go back to your history book, baby. Anybody that was trying to keep us enslaved as Negro people, South. Count it on the South. So you can count Texas and you can count Florida. Why? Because they fall for the Confederacy. History lesson. Back to Porsha. So, here we go. So Simon Gubadia is saying that because of Porsha's erratic and harassing behavior, now remember she broke in the man's house, but remember he locked her out, and remember that she is part owner of this home. According to their prenuptial agreement, the marital home belongs to her. Because if she was to move out or they decided they were going to get a divorce, the marital home was supposed to go to her. The marital home was at the same house that he was in with Fallon. Fallon, girl, you should have got your prenuptial agreement like that. However, Simon says Simon says that she has been around there, coming in the home with armed demon around his children, and he don't feel safe in his marital home with these children, with these babies, right? But mind you, Porsha's over on her end saying, You ready for me to let it out? Well, you want the receipts, baby boy? I got the receipts. So each one of them are saying that they are guarding their phones because Miss Portia, baby, when I heard the name Kelvin, why did I think they were saying Kelvin as in Kelvin Hunter? Kelvin as in one of Simon's former associates. Now, $1 makes Portia holler, don't it? So allegedly, and in my opinion, word on the street is that Portia is indeed having an affair with Mr. Kelvin. But there go another soul sucker. I never thought about that. Goubati is a soul sucker too. Look at the energy and the youthfulness that came upon him, coming upon him while he was with Fallon, but then rejuvenated once he got with Portia. Yeah, and Simon not gonna go with nobody on the 40. Right? It just ain't gonna do. Shout out to P. Diddy. You know, these are both soul sucks here. And I'm looking back on things. Maybe they can relate. Maybe I can relate these two stories. Yeah, sure can. But anyway, so when I tell you that man had no business, in my opinion, locking that lady out that house. Because we got to go get PJ clothes. We got to go get her school shoes. School's not out in the SIP yet. I'm in the south. Yeah. Even though we get out earlier than the rest of the country, we get out in May. The rest of the country get out in June. Shout out to the South getting out of school in May. Now, back when I was in school, back long time ago, in long time ago days, we used to rotate. We used to sometimes go back in September, get out in June. Either or sometimes. But they stopped all that. Now it's been May ever since. But, and I used to like getting out in June because that means we didn't have to go back until September. We didn't have to go back in the dead of heat, in the Mississippi dead of heat. When I tell you ain't ready for Mississippi August, you ain't ready. No relief. Not one day in August do you get one ability to be able to read. It can rain, but when it's raining, it can rain 832%. Shower the whole state. All you see is steam coming up out the ground. Because all this showering down is hot coals and fire. No relief. Absolutely none. But I said all that to say, back to Portia. So the baby ain't out of school. So what she supposed to do? What she supposed to do, Simon Goubati? Portia says she don't feel like her baby is being protected. Well, he said he don't feel like his child is being protected because you running around them bringing in armed demon around to his properties. Well, Simon Goubati, yada. You can't be doing that if that's your real name. Because we do have a question mark behind that Goubati, you don't? Now, let me just say that a lot of people are saying that, you know, he's making these little comments about she don't have seasoning on her name and all this type that, and the third and the fourth and the fifth. Now, if Goubati is his real name and she took on his real name, and even though her grandfather was a civil rights leader, on that part, I have to agree with the other people because we don't know our African names, right? And even though he was a civil rights leader and was known long before Goubati yada came into this country, it is still indeed a slave master's name. Williams, one of the most popular slave master names. Williams, Smith, and Jefferson. Good. Say what now? So I don't begrudge people on that. Like when changing another name, change it from one slave name to another. Like when Melody changed her name and everybody was like, what's those? when Martez said, what's so special about Hope? I mean, Rogers. What's so special about Hope? Wasn't even one of them special in my opinion. But Gobadia is indeed one of our foreparents type of names. One of our ancestral names. Boy, would I love to know what my true ancestral name was. To be taken from that, and you are in an awakening and you feel for your ancestors and you feel the emotional struggle that they went through. And I'm not talking about just the emotional struggle that Portia's granddad had to go through post-slavery. I'm talking about the wonderful things that we could have been prior to. Right? So, I embrace Africans that were born African. But not this scam. This motherfucker right here is a scammer. He gave me scammer tease the moment he opened his mouth and he said, hello, it is nice to meet you, Portia. Goodbye. No, he always knew that he had an inlet into being a person on TV. Fallon had no personality. Right? So that's why things didn't work out with her on the show. So he snailed himself, slothed himself, and attached himself. You know how sloths attach themselves to those trees and then you can't get them off, and when you do peel them off, they fight you finally, and then they have this odor, or protective odor. You don't know anything about sloth. This is me and my mom teaching me all this stuff, watching these, as she used to call them, quote unquote, animal pictures. So I know about a lot of animals, okay? And it's about that, you know how like when the snail is in that shell and then they stick themselves upon a tree or anything else and they just stuck there and the only thing you can melt them away with is salt. Even though I've never done that before. Okay. But I said all that to say that yes, he attached himself like those two animals or insect that I just named, because those things stick to you. And when he met Portia, he saw his end into the world of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, it is being reported, by the Shade Room citing my source, that man has put a cease and desist on Portia Gobadia. Now, if you don't think that Portia had erratic and foolish and what was the other word? Harassing behavior. Go back to Portia Family's values. These two people, again, I feel not one bit sorry for. Okay? Not 0%. Because they both knew what they were getting into when they got with each other. Just a mess. Now, it is also being reported by the Shade Room that Mr. Gobadia says he does not want to be filmed on that show any longer. Now, that show that got your name out there, that show, that's the one you don't want to be filming on anymore, because it makes you appear to be in a bad light, which is not what you wanted when you got on that show. You wanted to show your opulence. You wanted to show a way of, in your grandness, if you will. You wanted to show your your fleet of Rolls Royces, right? However, now we know that possibly you got these things through ill-gotten gains. Indeed. Now, moving right along, we got to talk about P. Shitty, right? So many things are still coming out about P. Shitty. And even though this is a lesser thing, going into the bigger things, I had to report what TMZ is currently reporting, you see. And then I'm going to talk about the pink snow. Well, the child, pink snow? Say what now? The pink snow. And, honestly, I did not know that he also was allegedly involved in UGG rings. Put a DR in front of that. I promise you, I had no idea. I knew X rings, put an S in front of it. Yes. I knew he probably indulged, but I didn't know to what extent. It is getting deep, babe. When I tell you this rabbit hole is getting deep, I knew about the Erders, and I knew about the axe stabbing of his artist. Right? Also, let me just say, a lot of people are not seeing the correlation that I'm seeing here, but it was a fella on this show called Making the Band, right? And that was P. Shitty's show. And it was this guy on there by the name of Chopper, right? And Chopper is currently serving time because we found out that Chopper wasn't just chopping up on the rapping on the microphone. Because he decided to keep Chopper. If you go back and look at it, he decided to keep Chopper in Bad Boy South. Now, it may not be related in any way, but in my opinion, when Chopper got chopped for all of the and the prostitution, put a PR in front of that, I started to think that P. Shitty had something to do with it. Because it seemed like Chopper was too goofy to be involved in that. But Chopper got caught with $50 million on him, allegedly, in his home. And if I'm not mistaken, because he has such a big ring. I mean, he was a part of a huge ring. And I can't see how, did he give Shitty involved, or what was the other way around? But when he went down for that, I was like, it just seemed like he too dumb to come up with all that by himself. It seemed like it was a bigger enterprise going on. Now, a lot of people feel like P. Shitty is also in a bigger enterprise. Somebody bigger than him. In the game, put a DR in front of, it's always somebody bigger. Guess where I learned that, people? Good Time. You remember when Diane or Deborah, what was her name? Debbie Allen. Okay, so her name was Diane on the show, and she had a real bad problem on the white girl. Real bad. And she was trying to tie them rubbers. And then we found out on our own. And we found out that the little boy, it was a little 12-year-old giving her stuff, right? She needed her stuff. Well, what did that little boy say? If you are a child of the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, bless the Gen Xers. Because we, like I said, we got the best of all worlds, didn't we? Bless us, Gen X. What did he say? I got it from a man who got it from a man who got it from another man and another man. And I can guarantee you that other man that he got it from don't live in the projects. Now, I'm not quoting that correctly 100%, but you get the picture. So, whereas we're seeing Shitty as a billionaire, the man that he got it from, that started the rings and all these rings that he got it from, is 10 times a billionaire. And I can guarantee you, he don't live in no $40 million mansion. He probably live one made out of solid gold over there in Saudi Arabia somewhere. And he probably won't ever get caught. But P. Shitty got caught. And just because it was another man over another man and they looking for a bigger enterprise, bigger than P. Shitty, that don't make his ass innocent. People, the fuck? He is just as guilty, in my opinion. Okay. Now, like I said in lesson news, apparently, Al B. Sure has come out and tried to make a connection with Quincy, the oldest boy. Now, the oldest boy in the P. Shitty circle is Quincy. Quincy is a child actually by Kim and Albert Brown. Albert Brown, better known as Albie Shore. Now, I watched Albie Shore's Untold Story, right? And of course, Kim was on there. And Kim said that Albie Shore wrote her a letter. And in that letter, it stated that he was not ready to be a parent. But as soon as he wrote that letter, when Kim and P. Shitty got together, he took on the role. And I believe Quincy was only 1 year old of being Quincy's father. When I look back on that, everybody gave Shitty such accolades for doing it. But now I'm looking at it now, was that a power move? Was he standing over, or was one of his armed guards standing over Albert Brown and said, Albert Brown, you better write this letter. I'm side-eyeing this motherfucker for everything now. Okay? So a lot of people are saying, well, now you want to step up being a father after you've been a deadbeat dad. I ain't sure. I am not sure. Now, especially when Quincy wrote him that letter, he penned that letter to him. If you know anything about this whole thing, I've been following for a long time. Me and my mother Wendy. Been following this thing for a whole long minute now. So he penned a letter to his father. And in that letter, he said he was ready for him to be his dad. And even though Albert Brown was grown and Quincy was grown, Albie Shore accepted that letter. And he started saying that he wanted to be a part of Quincy's life. Even after this letter, when I say he could have been a father when he was 1 year old, because I always wonder, if you look back at things, you will see that Albert Brown was a father to a lot of his children, which made it seem weird how he wasn't a father to Quincy. If you look back on that. And then when he decided to step up, and every time he would try to step up, something would happen to him. We don't think about that. It's just the thought to me because of all the shit that P. Shitty is in now. And anyway, he says he wants to seize the opportunity to let Quincy come home. And everybody's like, well, Quincy's pushing 40. Ooh, and a good 42. Ain't that thing handsome? Did I say that before? Fine as wine in summertime. Justin's fine too. Chris is he look like his daddy. Got a nice little body on him, but them other two. Yes, sir. But anyway, okay. Now, I made a tweet. I was like, well, we gonna stop acting like when they arrested them boys. Well, we gonna stop acting like is that them boys wasn't involved with the shits. Especially Justin. So, I can't criticize Albert Brown for deciding that he wants to be a parent because I'm not sure. Get it? Sure. Another pun. They just write themselves, I guess. I'm not sure if he didn't make him step out of his life in some capacity.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out.
Okay, now, this is allegedly a tape by one of Diddy's associates with he and McMill. Allegedly. Now, it's been rumored for years that Diddy made you get on your knees in order to even enter Bad Boy. Enter Bad Boy. Again, this stuff writes itself. Now, Sloan Bella who is a well-known psychic, she had predicted years ago that Diddy was going down, right? She said his time was coming. And, you know, everybody's time is coming. When that Nickelodeon special came out, don't worry, Dan Schneider's going to get his time too. All I'm saying, y'all need to hurry up. I want to know what's behind his computer screen, right? So I can report it real quick. Yeah, raid his match. Now, it is also being reported, this is from Hip Hop Wave, right? And this is the person that gets his pink snow. His name, he is a former, was his mule. Now, he did just get caught. Now, you know his name is Brandon, right? Now, Brandon is a former Syracuse basketball player. He has just recently been arrested. Baby, you don't think that white boy gonna talk? He's already got the complexion for protection. He gonna get to singing like a bird early in the morning in a Mississippi morning on a spring day. You think he gonna sit there and not say anything about what shit P should have been doing? And while we talking about the drug ring and him getting caught and him singing like a canary, what better way? Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say that this man is a brilliant, evil genius. What better way to get your Uggs across city, state, county, international waters and lands other than to use a Caucasian kid? Unassuming, innocent looking, former basketball player. You remember that Privilege Law? Was a boy who ate that girl, put an R in front of it in down there to the dumpster, where everybody could see him, witnesses taping and everything, and he still didn't go to jail. The Privilege Law. If you ain't heard about it, go look it up. So P. Shitty just knew he could use this Privilege Law, but that white boy got arrested. That one did. Now, while we mentioning in that, let's talk about young M.I.A. No. Her name is not Young Mia, is it? That's young. That's a different person. Carisha. Let's use her government. Carisha. Let's talk about Carisha real quick. Now, allegedly, Carisha is one of his ex-workers, and she would get the Uggs that P. Shitty would use in these rings to subdue these women, allegedly. He made her his top bitch. Right? She allegedly one day, when P. Shitty ran out of his pink snow, she allegedly got on a plane, riding in class, not scared to get caught. Went and picked him up some pink snow. Now, baby, if you don't think that that's a damn crime, something is wrong with you in the damn head. You cannot do that, especially with the illegal substance. And you going, I don't care if you wearing his Gulf Stream jet. Hello, somebody. In the air. Still illegal. When you flying in the air and you get caught with the substances, just let me tell you, you could be going to the bar wherever you want to go with the stuff, as you call it, as we say sometimes down here in the South. The stuff. Federal charges. And then we hear of Miss Daphne Joy. Hello, Daphne Joy. Hello, 50s old lady, baby mama. So now we're seeing where 50 has a H on for Mr. Diddy. I see it now. I see it very well. Now, I can understand him not wanting his child around that, but you know what, 50? Your milk ain't clean. Okay? I got zero respect for you. Now, maybe you want to protect your child from P. Diddy, and he's way more powerful than you. However, yo, milk ain't. There you was over there the other day. With Dr. Dre. Why we still giving Dr. Dre shit? When I saw that video of him lifting up the stars on the Walk of Fame, when? That's another one need to go. We have unequivocal proof. If we don't have anything else proof of, we have proof that he is a user. Put a B in there. We don't know nothing else, and we still giving him stuff. At least we done took most of Diddy stuff from him. Why are we still giving things to Dr. Dre? If y'all don't go around there and raid his mansion, baby, when I tell you I can't make this stuff up. Now, so many things are coming out. Of course, I will never, in my real time and with my channel being so small, to be able to cover everything. But I try to get in what I can from what I know. Let's talk about Jay to the left, right? Let's talk about the ooting in the club that night. In 1999, when I was a young whippersnapper, working down to the Bell-South Mobility, I said, ooh, her hands is just as dirty as that Negro's hands. But she got the complexion for protection. Yes, there are white Puerto Ricans. That's one of them. Yes, there are. And she had the right kind of people backing her at that time. But I've always said that her hands were knee deep in shit. Right? I said, this lady is lying her ass off. But, how did she get away from P. Shitty? I have no idea. Maybe it was because she was, she was coming up on a time in her life where she was having the means to protect herself, and she wasn't depending on him as much, and she probably wasn't as young like Cassie. Cassie had so many things working against her. She had her youth working against her. She was under contract, a lot of things. But now, a lot of people are saying that both of these women should be held accountable. I think J-Lo should. If she is the one who provided P. Shitty with the gun to, bang bang up the club, then yeah, her too. But when I started thinking about that thing about Cassie, I started saying, even though her actions were all ugg-induced and that may provide her some protection, she wasn't he bringing him the big black ock, put a C in front of it. And she was crossing state lines, bringing these people to him for the ock-offs. Yeah. So, I don't know. When I say that rabbit hole is getting deeper and deeper and deeper, it's some people. Now, I mean, she may be able to get the opportunity where she has immunity. I have no idea. But she did admit in her deposition and in those long 35-page court records that she was bringing the ex-workers to him. And if they were underage, then she's guilty of something. Okay, now the New York Post is reporting. See, Lil Rob dropping their names, right? The music producer, he dropped Stevie J, I Believe It. He dropped Prince Harry. If y'all don't get out the damn Prince's mindset and think about all the whoremongering that went on in that damn palace, if y'all get y'all damn heads out of the sand and come up for air. and think about all the sadistic things that happen in the doggone palace. From the 1st century on down. One of the most brutal colonizers in the world. And y'all don't think he can be involved in this shit? Stop. I got my foot on everybody's neck. I ain't in Princess Land. Okay? I don't give a damn about his marriage to that hair black girl that y'all got your head so deep up his ass for. Okay? Now, I follow the royal family because I like the mama. Her name was Diana. And if some stuff come out about her, I won't be surprised about that either. But for now, her name is squeaky clean in my opinion. So get your head out the sand. If he named him in his deposition, then it may be something to it too, allegedly. Okay? He has also named Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper Gooden Jr. Right? The famed actor, Oscar winner. Only, so we thought, married Caucasian women. But he has also been named. Now, we all know about the accusations that are being leveled against him by other people, not by Usher himself, by Usher. Other people in the camp. Now, if you recall, back to sending Ray Dan Schneider's mansion, if you go back to that, you will know that he also had a camp for little boys that he was grooming in his stars called Camp Flavor. Y'all get with it. Get with it. Okay? And Usher said he saw some things. He did some things. He don't ever want to think about those things again. Why? Because I'm pretty sure that he involved him in some nasty behavior. And we just gonna leave it there. Oh, just a mess, honey. Just all I can say about it. And with this, with this suit involving Cuba, he is stating, Lil Rod allegedly is stating that Cuba has, tried to groom him into having the relations with him. Do I believe it? Mm-hmm. Yep. It's not one thing that Lil Rod has said that I don't believe yet. Does some of the stuff sound outrageous? Yes. Outlandish? Yes. However, if we're going to be clever, we can't put nothing past this tongue twirling, toothpick twirling around in his funky mouth Negro. Okay? We cannot. Stop it. And stop with the Diddy worship. Even though he gave my school $1 million. Shout out to D. Jackson State University. He did give us the $1 million he promised, but he is in a whirlwind of liquidating assets at this point. I don't know if he's trying to save his legacy because he knows he's about to go into jail. Or what? But he is being smart in his money moves at this point. And by the way, everything that Lil Rod named to be looking for in that mansion, including evidence of ex-trafficking, ABC News is reporting that they have found. Now y'all was talking about Lil Rod. Now y'all like, he don't sound like he sound like he was grown. We got to start taking adulthood out of misconduct. It's a lot of ways that you can be adult and be manipulated into doing certain things. Well, did he get motivated because P. Shitty didn't pay him? Possibly. When you be motivated to, and he has photos. When you be motivated to tell on somebody if they were withholding your check? We tell on people that are $30,000 a year jobs when they withholding our checks. When I tell you right before I got to Client Logic, when I was supervisor down to the Client Logic, then I tell you I had some jobs. The Deposit Guarantee was my bank at the time. Now, I don't know if it's Deposit Guarantee now. I think they long since went out of business. And I'm just telling you about how business works, regardless to whether you believe this man or not. This stuff is coming out. Everything he said is not a lie, in my opinion. When I can give you an example about how business works and how you could tell on somebody about your business and it's not be blackmail. I was at Client like, do you know we were employed by these people and the Deposit Guarantee wouldn't cash our checks? I had to embarrassingly go to the check cashing places to get my check cashed. Why? Because somebody told it Client Logic checks bounce. Our payroll checks. Hello. Mind you, again, that's my bank. So, that being said, word spreads around about the lack of funds that some company may not give you. And while I say, Lil Rod, you should have known that nigga wasn't gonna pay you. Because he didn't pay. He didn't pay day 26. Let me name them. If I could think of all of them. 112, Danny Jacane, Totem, Shine, Craig Mack, Black Rock. That's 7 right there. And then we got people in groups too. Now, for a time, Mary did fall out with old P. Shitty. She did. She got right back on in there with him, didn't she? So, it is also being reported. Now, we all know Mary used to participate in the snow herself. Did you hear me? Yeah. She used to do the snow dance herself. So, we don't know what her connection was with Diddy on that. But her name is being brought into it. Now, we all thought January Wright was crazy then. Who thought that? Everybody but me. Like I said, the first time I saw that woman on Storm Monroe's show, I said, "Ooh, she telling the truth." Scorpio intuition, which is the reason why not everybody's saying that Diddy was tipped off, Diddy knew they was coming because somebody tipped him off. No. Diddy had a feeling. That's why he's been getting all his ducks in a row. The man done sold his shares with Revolt. Now, mind you, everything is legend in my opinion, and plus Diddy's his lawyer said that even though Cassie received the untold sum of money, that does not imply guilt. And I just say that too. He's guilty until proven innocent. Oops, I said it wrong. Innocent until proven guilty. Ooh, Freudian slips. But Lil Rod is saying that, all these things happen to him as well. Okay? That's what he's saying. And now that Lil Rod is got his civil charges out there. There are federal charges to come. And we all know how the feds get down. Shout out to Jen Shaw. Shout out to Teresa Giudice. Lesser cases, but convicted all the same. Now, what do y'all think about Cassie's lawyer stepping into the chair. They like, you shut up. You got your money already. But didn't I tell you in my deep dive on P. Shitty that civil charges can indeed, in fact, lead to federal charges, criminal charges? I said it. I looked back at the video yesterday. Then I said, ooh, your girl is smart. I'm going to tell you how smart I am. I know these things because as social workers, we had to be deeply involved in the court system. And I know how the shit works. You know how many times DHS got sued for taking people's children? Sued by the state. Sued by the state representing children. Sued by private lawyers representing the children. Baby, I've been there. Know how it works. So here is what ABC.com is reporting. Jones, Lil Rise, is alleging that sex African, ex-African, and sexual assault was a common thing around these two matches on the East Coast and the West Coast. East Coast, the two matches that were rated. Common thing. Common means that Diddy was there, traveling on his Gulfstream jet, right? Matte colored, black. Probably has more than one. Y'all better check it out. Luke said he went to the party, but he left her. He don't want no parts of this guy. Who is Diddy's attorney? Sean Holly. If y'all don't know who Sean Holly is, you better look her up. She is the black go-to entertainment extraordinaire attorney. I cannot take that away from her. I wouldn't if I tried. However, as a black woman, that is why I didn't go to law school. Because I knew that I couldn't represent people that I thought was guilty. And this motherfucker, in my opinion, is guilty. So, it's a 79-page lawsuit. He claims that he had hidden cameras. We saw some of the video, didn't we? One of Combs' employees named in the lawsuit, 25-year-old Brendan Powell, who I just talked about, the Syracuse player, is also named in the lawsuit, and he is indeed considered to be Combs' mute. Cassandra Ventura, named in the lawsuit, she also has accused Diddy of ex-trafficking, aping her, and engaging in induced parties. Addicted to Shout out to Marie Mom over there. The music mogul's homes in Homely Hills in Miami were searched Monday by federal agents from Homeland Security. We already know about all that. Combs' lawyer said in Tuesday's deposition that the searches of his property were indeed overdone. Gross misuse of military force, and that man's children was there. They didn't say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. Grown children there. And it's also being alleged in the lawsuit that Justin had some things to do with this, that he'd like to participate in the activity. Now, if you don't think Justin liked to participate in this activity, you're a damn fool. Because what did he do? If he don't do anything better than anybody, allegedly, is manipulate folks. Misa been telling us for years. The boy's under a spell, too. What did it baby, you come live with me, baby. I can get you all the cussing that you want. Daddy got you. Diamonds, gold, jewelry, whatever you want. Come live with Daddy. Right? Now, while I am about to close and as things are developing as we speak, and I probably didn't get everything that I should get in this, I really wanted to more so highlight the lawsuit, highlight my opinion about things that has been going on with P. Shitty, and how I feel about this man as a black woman, Never had respect for him since the beginning because I was always on Tupac's side. West Coast girl over here. Plus, my favorite rapper besides Tupac is from West Coast. Cute. So, said all that to say, go around there and raid Dre's mansion. Go around there and raid Dan's mansion. I want my foot on all their necks. I want the federal feet on all their necks. I'm not discriminating. And nobody else is either. Okay? Now, while y'all talking about Oprah's involved with Epstein and all this, so what? Go around there and raid Oprah's mansion too, if that'll make y'all feel better. Why is it that we have to do all the comparison? When I said I want them to go around there and raid Dan's mansion, that's what I meant. I didn't mean to compare the two crimes to each other. I'm saying they equally nasty. And since they both equally nasty, get both up. This is a whole docuseries going around about Nickelodeon. And y'all hand step foot in Dan's mansion. Go around there, get in Dan's mansion. That's all I'm saying. And with that, I'm going to close. And as things develop, I am going to try to get them to you, even with my child being sick. Now, she's knocked out at this point. I gave her the good Uggs. Not the kind Diddy give them. No. All prescribed. And with that being said, I'm going to close. Like I said, stay tuned to my channel. Come on in. Still commercial-free entertainment over here. Okay? And it is indeed entertaining. And I have great detailed information. Why? One, because I used to watch Wendy. Follow her very closely. Two, because me and Diddy are both Scorpios. So I can get all up in his motherfucking head in ways that non-Scorpios cannot. Okay? Got that going for myself. And on top of that, like I said, I feel like some more things. It ain't over. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Even though just the tip knocked down the Titanic. But that's neither here nor there. Would I say that we got some more things to learn? Go around there and raid Russell Simmons' mansion. Have y'all already raided his mansion? That's why he running. He trying to give Diddy tips on how to run. They gonna go around there and get him. I don't know how they handcuff Roman Polanski. I want him guy. I do. I don't care if his victim did say she forgive. Boy, that Christian got y'all in the chokehold, don't you? Got you around here forgiving people you know rape you. Child, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. It was this dude in my neighborhood. Came in my house while I was sleeping when I was a little girl. I can't stand to look at that Negro now. Okay? And he's a well-known serviceman around here. But the very fact that he tried to kiss me on my damn cheek and I wasn't but 10 years old, I don't fuck with him. And this is a small town, so we barely able to get people to do service work around here. But he's not welcome in my home. No. Not enough. Sometimes things happen in here and they say, call the boss. And I be like, fuck that nigga. He ain't coming in here. Not after what he did to me as a child. Never. Not over here. But hey. Let me back on out of there. It's time for me to close out this. I gotta go check on my strapped old sick child. Took me down through there thinking about what this Negro doing to women and underage girls. It makes me sick. Former social worker, psychology major. Sick, twisted, nasty motherfucker. Okay? Let me get out of this zone. Again, I got to close. Okay. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video.